catching up when Tommy continued to struggle with, I'm assuming, school. Anyways, welcome back to the Novelist, guys. We should be getting really close to the end. Like, I'm surprised we haven't hit the end yet. This game was a lot longer than I expected. And last time, we sent Tommy to camp, so we should have some happy pictures. And, Linda got to paint once a week. Mr. and Mrs. Kaplan, I want to stress that it's perfectly normal for some children to fall behind in a specific area. Tommy may be struggling with reading comprehension, but his verbal and visual abilities are excellent. That said, he won't catch up on his own. He will need support from both of you. I recommend that you do the attached exercises with Tommy every weekday morning for 1 or 2 hours. He'll be unable to focus exclusively on these for 2 straight hours, so you'll need to take intermediate breaks, but use your judgment and stay with it as long as you feel like he can stay engaged. I suggest that you do your sessions in the morning before he tires himself out and becomes distracted. I feel confident that with supportive environment and dedicated exercise, he'll catch up with the other children in class. Please be in touch if you have any questions. Dr. Donald Samuels? Samuels. Alrighty. So I was right, Tommy's struggling in math.
Sorry it's been
reading.
So long since I've
school.
written. Things have been hectic around here, and I'm trying to figure out a way to get things back on track. I don't really want to get into it, but we're getting pulled in a lot of different directions right now. Nothing hurtful, just competing priorities, I guess. Although those can get worse and worse over time. I mean, Dan and I, before we got up here, we'd started to drift. Look at that. I said I didn't want to get into it, and I did anyway. Enough about me. Please tell me you're doing well, and I hope this doesn't stress you out too much. I promise to write a happier letter soon. Yours always, Linda.
Like, I always assumed that they were having trouble, but I think this is like the first time they've actually confirmed it. Or at least maybe not. Maybe I'm just oblivious and was like, la 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 la. Nothing over here. Let's look at Linda.
We barely talked yesterday.
Wow, you're right. I guess we've just been so busy.
Well, communication, guys. Glad that we had this meeting. Nothing else in here. Is she in the living room? Nope, I'm guessing she's upstairs. Well, where else would she be? Jeez. Not in her room. Oh, yeah, she is in her room.
Just got back from the co-op. Tuesdays are pretty much my favorite day of the week now. Today, Monica showed me some brush techniques for blending my tones more evenly. She really is amazing. I can't believe how much she can get done in a week. I'm not sure I could keep up that pace even if I could do nothing but paint every day. Going in is always a little bittersweet, though. I can't help but think about how great it would be to go 2 or maybe even 3 days a week.
God, Linda.
But it means a lot that Dan's giving up his time to help me out with this. I know he's trying as hard as he can.
Holy shit, we gave you a day. And it's, well, I wish I had more. You're a brat. You're a spoiled brat. Ideas. Weekly outing. Where? Tuesday movie night. Check channel guide or maybe go into town. Family dinner. 2 old-fashioned. Picnic or farmer's market. How about you not leave your ideas laying around stapled to the wall? Or taped to the wall or glued or however you put him on the wall. Hello, Thomas. No, I don't want to read your thoughts. I just want to go in your memories.
Honey, listen to me. You are smart.
Aww.
Will it make me smarter?
Aw, poor Tommy. I feel bad for the kid. You know, in all seriousness, I did have trouble with reading comprehension, but now all I do is read, so... It doesn't mean you're stupid, Tommy. It just means that you're a little behind. Is one of these pictures? No? No? Okay. Oh god, get me out of the freaking light sockets. Swear to god, those light fixtures are so hard to get out of sometimes. Did I look at Tommy's everything? No. I was gonna say, I should have one more left of him drawing a picture. Maybe he's in his paint room. Walls. I walk through them. Yeah, there he is. Tommy, what the F? But either way, Tommy, we gave you the camp last week. You should have happy memories. Happy pictures, Tommy. Happy pictures. Kid's like emo. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
Whoa.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have snapped. I just...
Oh. I want to know the whole conversation. Come on, guys, just spill it out right now. Let it all out. Linda wasn't even thinking about that. She was just thinking about herself. Probably why they had to fight. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Let me out of the freaking light. There. Jeez. Linda. Where are you? Oh no, wait. I'm looking for Dan. Dan!
Should I have run the ad? I don't know. It
No.
would have helped a book, but I'd still spend all day kicking myself. Did I cop out? Is there some other reason why I didn't want to put the book out there yet? How am I supposed to believe I'm doing something that matters if I'm scared to tell the world about it? Damn it. Way to build your confidence, Dan.
You're gonna have normal publishing, Dan. Normal advertising. Just because you didn't pay for the extra doesn't mean that you suck. It means that you put your wife and your kid first, which is what they've been complaining about. Like, for how long? This entire for this entire game, actually. Let's see.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Mom. Oh, another
Hal,
letter.
This letter might come from out of the blue, but do you remember when you told me about Bobby falling behind on reading? Looks like we're there with Tommy. We knew he was struggling when we came up here, but his teacher gave us a list of books for him to work on over the break and said we should see how he responded to the change in environment. She gave us a few sample readings and told us to keep an eye on how he was grasping the concepts. Tommy still isn't there, and long story short, the pediatrician in town knows a specialist who gave us some exercises to try. They seem pretty straightforward, but I wanted to write and see if you had any tips that helped you guys with Bobby. Damn. Just realized I didn't even ask how you've been. I'm sorry. This stuff is just a lot to think about.
Well, way to be the inconsiderate friend, Dan. Perfect schedule, aka the single unattached writer's guide. 1 to 2, write. 2 to 3, eat. Step away. 3 to 7, write. 7 to 8, eat. 8 to 10, decompose. Wrenches, Tommy till 11, knock off at 7. Didn't I already read this before? I feel like I've read this before. Didn't he try a schedule and it just didn't work out? Pew. Alright, let's, ooh, what's this? Lonnie learns letters. And then here's his diary.
Time. This would all be easier if I didn't ever have to sleep. Last night after Linda went to bed, I spent some time, there's that word again, trying to make everything fit. I even drew up a little chart. The math is simple. It doesn't work. Technically, I could still get in 8 hours, assuming I don't eat or need to do anything that's not writing. But what about letters, reading, dealing with Paul? Hell, what about doing the dishes or taking out the trash? Not to mention that knocking off for the day isn't like flipping off a switch. It takes time to crawl out of my head and start functioning like a normal person again. And I can't just split it up into smaller chunks. Sometimes it takes an hour of false starts just to get going on anything usable, and stopping just sends the whole process right back to square one. Something's got to give.
Well, I think you're just overworking yourself, Dan.
Hey, Dad, watch this.
Maybe try, like, a few hours right a day. I know you've been trying to finish it before the summer ends, but, I mean, you do what you do.
Dan and I had a good conversation today. Well, we'll have to wait and see if it was actually good, but I feel like I got my point across about family time. We've been getting a little frayed on the little things lately, and it reminded me of something Anne said one time. Love is a behavior, not an emotion. If something's important to you, you show it with your actions. We weren't doing so well with that before we got here. I told Dan my idea. I want us all to eat together at 7 every night, with family time after that. Tommy's wiped out by 8:30, so we'd get a solid hour and a half as a family, and then Dan and I could have the rest of the night to ourselves. And I think 7's a reasonable request. The rest of the working world knocks off at 5, right? It doesn't really matter what we do with the time, just that we spend it together. It's easy to make excuses when you've got a lot going on, which is why patterns help. I hope he feels the same way.
Well, the thing is, I don't think Linda realizes how hard it is to get into the groove of writing and then turn it off and come down. I mean, Like, as a, a potential writer, I know how hard it
Yes,
is.
thanks.
Like, I don't know.
Blast off!
Gotta spend more time
Wow,
together.
that was really loud. Okay, we're gonna go to Tommy's room. But yeah, it's really hard to get into the groove to write, and then once you're there, any interruptions, it just kind of, oh, poor Tommy. I feel bad for the kid. I really do. Oh, he's being made fun of. That looks like his friend. I know it's not Davy, but it looks like Davy. Okay, read thoughts. Read thoughts. I want to read your thoughts. But I don't think Linda understands because she's just, she's not a writer. It's painting, which, it's probably the same process with painting. Man said to do the Lonnie book every morning. Okay, we definitely have to do that. That's his improvement. You know what I mean? Read their thoughts for the final clue. Where'd you guys go? I feel like every time I get in these light fixtures, I can never get out. It's only these two. Let me out. Oh, thank you. Family should have dinner around the table every night. I don't agree with that, actually. I don't know. It's really traditional, I get it. Maybe like once a week. But I never grew up like that. And I turned out just fine. There you are. New rule. Don't disturb me if the door to my office is closed. That's assholey, Dan. We're gonna go with Tommy and Linda again. Don't disturb me if my door's closed. He's being naggy. Jesus. It's either one or the other. Oh, I was like, when's the game starting? Alright. Let's find the depressing notes. Depressing note number 1. The Diary of Kay Williams. I have decided I am sure of my decision. I do not know which is right or wrong, only that my choice is my own. It took 3 days. 3 days alone, letting whatever calming influence is here, for I am sure there is something, guide my thoughts. I thought about Jay, and I talked with Jay, in my mind, and I know that this is right. I cannot think about the path not taken, only the one ahead. The one ahead of the cliff? Are you going to jump? Because that's a bad thought. Kay Williams. Because the path ahead, if it ends up with a cliff, then maybe you should reconsider and think of your kids. Because they still love you, and they just lost one parent. They don't need to lose two. Where's... Oh god. Is there not another note because she actually took the path? Like... I'm gonna double check there's not another note. There's usually two, and I don't want to miss anything. Alright, I guess there's not one. Okay. Alright, so Linda wanted dinner at the table. Okay, so we'll do that. And we'll check each room once more to make sure that Kay Williams didn't leave her diary in someone else's room. And then, we'll go whisper sweet nothings to Dan. Okay, I think she jumped. Oh, I heard that time it says what you should do is blah 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 blah. Dan didn't want Tommy to start another school year behind, so he committed to helping the little man for 2 hours every morning. Having both of his parents there helped Tommy's confidence as much as his reading, and their morning practices became an event they all looked forward to. Oh, see, that's family time. That's family time. I feel good about that choice. Dan couldn't find time to knock off completely at 7 every night, but he agreed to have dinner at the table each night before heading to bed or heading back to work. Linda and Tommy missed him after dinner with the sounds of his typewriter, the only sign that he was even in the house, but they were glad for the time that they did get at the table. They actually had time in the morning, Linda. They had time in the morning. 2 hours. Family time. Dan couldn't figure out a way to please everyone and still make room for the time and focus he needed to write. He was able to compromise and fit in one unbroken session each day for the rest of the day, but for the rest of the day he worked around his family commitments and tried to make the most of the shorter sessions. So you have to talk really fast for this. Jeez. Alright, next time on The Novelist. The road ahead. Are they all going to jump off the cliff? The summer came to an end, which means the next episode is the end of the game. And Dan faced a difficult... I want to know what Dan faced. Did he jump off the cliff? Was it a difficult jump? Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Press that like button if you like this video. Press the subscribe button if you want to see more. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.